All right, it is time for the Mojobreak Blitz. Another week, another Niners win, another Rams loss, and another, if C-Rad was here, an epic Raiders loss.
Epic Raiders
Epic Raiders
It
loss.
was really bad.
We should have had him
Real bad.
painted up like we did with Dan. Be like, guys, I don't know. I'm not a Raider or a Ram fan anymore. I'm a Niner fan. That's what he would say.
I wouldn't blame him.
No, he wouldn't.
After that performance last week, I don't blame him.
I mean, how come nobody, you know what it's funny? Is the Niner fans go after Jimmy Garoppolo, but the Vegas fans do not go after their golden boy Derek Carr. I think the guy needs to be put on the hot seat at this point. He has a little bit of Fu Manchu going on, right? Maybe that's the problem.
Well, I'm pretty sure if most Niner fans would take Carr over Garoppolo
I don't know.
right now.
The guy does not have a winning culture. He may be a really, 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 really nice guy, and he's probably in that same category as Tim Tebow. Like, if you needed him to mow your lawn or do your laundry, he couldn't say no to you.
I thought you meant like on the field. I'm like, okay, come on. Like, he's
Tim
better.
Tebow
definitely not that.
Tim Tebow was a winner and got blackballed from the NFL. But
he stunk.
He went to a playoff in his first season.
And not because of him.
Didn't he win a playoff game? And he had like 80 yards passing.
Again, we
like
wanna
not
play
in a
this
quarter,
game?
but like in the game.
Do we want to play this game again? Bad QBs that won Super Bowl / playoffs. Like, there's a lot of them.
But unlike Dilfer and these guys, he only had one season. They
Did
didn't
he have
give him another
you have a
chance.
beard?
No, and that's
I've
why.
never had a beard.
High
Never
approval
had a beard.
rating.
Definitely not a guy who would get a beard. Sorry, my mic is like
Yeah, he knows what's up.
acting up on me.
But I mean, it's a serious question. Is Carr? I mean, Vegas Days Keister's got to be a little tightened up right now, right? I mean, they are clearly out of the playoffs. Josh McDaniel clearly looks like he should have never left New Orleans. And Cody on the fly is making things work.
I'm gonna have to hold the mic here. Yeah,
Man, you're having technical. You had the light that didn't want to go on.
Yeah,
and
no, it's fun. Yeah,
now
you
it
see what's happening here. That's what's going on.
because he's got a beard.
This is the moral of this episode, apparently. So.
Mine's about to fall
we're
off
going
too,
full
'cause I
like
clearly
stand-up
have.
comedy.
I think I was rocking that mic last week, and
Something was going on.
maybe I broke it.
It was the calm before the storm. It's okay. So,
But we got Week 8 stars, and there's literally only one I see on here, Christian McCaffrey. Probably one of the greatest trades in Niners history during the season. Maybe the only one we've done in the middle of the season. And looked good, 3 touchdowns. First guy since LaDainian Tomlinson to throw, run, and catch one. So it hadn't happened since 2005. Looks like a great trade. We have Tua up there, my left-handed buddy right there, looking good. You got A.J. Brown.
He's
and
not
you got
left-handed.
Well, he's left-handed thrower.
Yeah, but he's
Sorry.
not. We've actually.
I know, we debunked it last week,
yeah,
but I'm
so
still holding on to it.
He's not a lefty, so you can move on.
But looking good, looking good.
get over it.
Left-handed thrower. My favorite left-handed thrower in the league. He's the only
Fair.
one.
That's fair.
He's the only one.
That's acceptable.
And A.J. Brown. I mean, did anybody think the Eagles were going to be 7 and is it 8-0, 7-0?
They're now 7-0. They look easily like the class of the NFL right now. Jalen Hurts also is at the point where he does not have to do a lot in these games, and it's kind of now he looks great, but like they just go up by like 25 points at halftime, and then it's like, cool, we just coast to victory. Like every single win, almost. I mean, other than maybe the Cowboys game, has been just get up big and then just kind of coast till the end. So could be the thing that if you want to make that argument of like, is it going to be too easy and then suddenly go and face a really good team in the playoffs? They do have a weaker schedule than a lot of the other teams, but the fact
they have
that
the Cowboys.
They have the NFC East, which is way, way better than every other division in football. So
Clearly the star of the 2020 rookie class after that Monday night stinker. Clearly. Way better than Joe Burrow.
Not ready to go that far.
Joe Burrow doesn't look like he knows what's going on out there.
Joe's he's still really good. He is so hot and cold.
But how do you lose to the Browns
have a
in
terrible
decided fashion? Wasn't even
the
close.
The Browns are a lot better than their record reflects.
Right.
They're I mean they could easily be over 500. Brissett has actually been solid.
He's a stud. He is.
But
Brissett's a stud?
He's a stud.
He's
out there
fine.
winning games.
He's fine.
He's a really
fine.
He's a really good backup quarterback.
Exactly. There you go. He's fine.
I might take him over Garoppolo, to be honest. Maybe.
Okay.
Make that trade.
Look, and I'm a Jimmy G critic, but let's not go crazy now.
I mean, Justin Herbert looks injured out there. I mean, I don't know. Jalen Hurts is showing everybody that he's the number one guy.
There's a lot, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a rampant. There's a lot of football left in this season.
Yes.
About 9 games apiece.
I would not want to be getting hot and playing my best football in the first half of the season.
Agreed.
But if your team right now was 7-0, you'd be like, we're
but
cementing
the thing
that.
is, it doesn't matter until you get to the playoffs. You could win 14 games in the regular season and get knocked out your first playoff
home
game.
field advantage is pretty important in football.
But it is not.
It is.
It isn't. It really is not. I would not say that at all.
Well, this season more than, and maybe I'm just noticing it more, I would probably say the home team's winning easily 60% of the games. Easily.
I have to look it up, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know what the stats are, but it just seems like.
That's not that big of an advantage.
It's really not, though.
It's
an extra 10%.
That's 10%, but you're making it sound like 9 out of 10 games, like the home team's winning. Now that's an advantage.
Right.
But we're not 60%'s not that big of a deal.
I mean, I'll
and
take
when
that,
it comes to the playoffs,
every 10 that's 10%.
I think that is blown out of proportion.
Does anybody agree that they would invest in Jalen Hurts over Burrow or Herbert at this point?
No. Nobody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No. I think Herbert's still. I mean, again,
Herbert's injured.
I know.
Herbert's injured.
Yeah, was he going to be playing this week? I thought he was gonna be playing this week.
I think they already had their bye. I know who they play next week.
Yeah, they just had their bye.
Big L.
Do you think the Bengals are not going to make the playoffs?
No, I don't think they are.
They are 100% going to make the playoffs. No. They are going to make the playoffs.
I would still put money on them making the playoffs.
I think that
they're going to make the playoffs, and
a wild card.
I think the Chargers are going to make the play. I think both the teams that you're like both quarterbacks that you're saying are having terrible years. I think both those teams make the playoffs.
They're going to have a better. There's still a lot of football to play. The Bengals didn't really come on until the second half last year. It was that huge second half run from Joe Burrow.
That's when you want to get hot, Cody.
Right.
You want to get hot going into the playoffs.
They got hot at the right time.
That's why I look at the. It is
but
exactly.
It is though. But it is. But it can be. We've seen that. We've seen multiple times of. It's not. It doesn't happen all the time. But teams that get hot at the end.
Well, I think I would readjust. I agree in a sense. Healthy going into the playoffs.
Giants. We've seen that multiple times.
I look at the Giants and I look at the Eagles and I'm like, yeah, they're having a great start to the season. But
still a lot of time.
There's still a lot of season left. What if they lose 4 out of their last 5 games going into the playoffs?
Yeah. And that Cowboys team in that division looks really, really good.
With that being said, is there any hope? Is there any hope for the Raiders then?
Sure.
I
think there's still
a lot of football.
I don't think the Broncos are much better than them, if they are at all. Yeah, I think there's at least hope. But I think let's shift over to talking about.
Don't 14 teams make the playoffs out of each.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about some of those teams that are in playoff position that are having an interesting start.
Are they for real?
Are these quarterbacks for real? They're not the guys you would expect, not the guys we usually talk about. But I want to point out 4 guys that have been surprise quarterbacks early on. The biggest surprise, Geno Smith for the Seahawks, the first-place Seahawks. He's tied with Aaron Rodgers for the most touchdown passes in the NFC right now. Daniel Jones of the New York Giants, they have a great record. I don't think it's because of him. P.J. Walker is in for the Panthers and is actually been pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's very surprising. Former XFL QB. And Marcus Mariota, for another guy who was years ago a hobby darling but has fallen off, but now is part of a
clearly has a beard.
And
clearly has a beard. Daniel Dimes, smooth as a baby's bottom. Yeah, I think Daniel Dimes is my guy right there.
And I mean, Daniel Jones of these 4 clearly has the most hobby stock, the most invested in him among collectors. I think recently on November 1st, a BGS 9.5 rookie contenders cracked ice auto sold for $1,825, which I think is entirely too much money.
That's a lot. I mean, but it is a big market. It is a big market.
That's too much. He may not even be the quarterback.
No.
In a year or 2.
And he's not been that great. That's a good defense and a great running game.
I don't think anybody there is for real.
I think Geno might be.
No,
I really do.
I think Geno's having his this is his jam right now. This is where he's at. This is the best he's going to do. He's a good backup quarterback.
But see, the best he's going to do, he is top 10 in almost every quarterback
Yeah, but
category right now.
do you think
I don't know if
he ends up leaving, he's going to get a franchise quarterback type of deal? You got to remember, he's 2013.
Right.
He is getting close to being a decade in the NFL.
Yeah. Recently, on October 26th, Topps Chrome BGS 10 auto sold for $227. It's about where we're at.
I think that's a lot. You probably 4 years ago, you probably could have got that card for like $7.
But also, let's point out the 2019 football wax. I'm stuck on Daniel Jones right this because I think that 2019 not only does it have the best receiver in the league with Deebo Samuel, it has Daniel Jones opportunities, and the wax is a lot cheaper than 20 and 21.
He's still not even.
You just referred to Deebo Samuel as the best receiver in the league.
Did I say that?
In 2019 draft class. I mean, Kyler is still the guy I'm chasing.
I don't know. I'm down on Kyler, man.
I mean, I am too, but I also think that there's still room to grow there.
I think good time to buy Kyler.
Yeah.
If he's the talent's there with Kyler, right?
It's such an L on the cards we bought.
I need to see.
We have so many Kyler cards.
I need to see what a cracked ice Kyler is. That same card is for
Kyler is like my Bitcoin. It's plummeting.
Kyler is the Bitcoin of the football hobby.
Let's put it this way: Kyler and Daniel Jones cracked ice at that same exact price, $18.25. Which one are you taking? I feel like it's
Kyler.
It's Kyler, right?
Kyler,
easily. Doug's hesitating though.
Well, judging that I spent $10,000 on one, I'd probably buy one at 1,800, 100%.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Just to
cost average it down.
Yeah, by a lot.
Right.
By a lot.
You went from being into one at $10,000. Now you're two at $5,000.
Yes.
What's up?
And Mariota, we're just
$6,000.
Who cares? Mariota it's a lot of like
15 rookie class. You got
He's a seat
Jameis.
filler.
I mean, you do have the great Sean Mannion in there too. But
yeah.
I think I would. Are they for real? I'd be going with Daniel Dimes. I'd be going with Daniel Jones based on the market, based on the team, and the chances. And the dude, we saw him at the rookie premiere. He knocked the tire thing off he threw the ball so hard that he knocked the tire thing off.
So it's a good thing that he's good at throwing a football, because that's pretty much what he does for his job.
I would make the argument that them being as good as they are and him not really performing means I think this offseason, I think they're going to make a move for a big QB.
I think they will too.
Yeah.
He's also the fastest clocked quarterback in
Lamar?
the league. No.
Maybe I was going to say no.
Daniel Jones.
Lamar Jackson in New York for the New York Giants. Who says no?
I don't think they move on Daniel Dimes. I think this is the year.
I think them being this good.
Is
going to give them the encouragement.
I think the saving grace for Daniel Dimes right now is the fact that they are having a good year. I think
he's due a contract too because
I think they were going to move on. I think he was going to be a stopgap for this last year, and then they were going to be like, whatever, we're going to figure out maybe a Lamar Jackson, maybe somebody in free agency.
Go big free agency. They have the pieces around it, and they got a coach now. Now just go get that quarterback.
All right, so who's our picks for this week? Player-wise.
I actually liked Kyler this week. I think he's going to have a bounce back. I know I think
should be a high-scoring game. It always is.
That's why. It's against what? It's against Seattle, right? This week for the Cardinals. They've had a lot of high-scoring games. I think he turns the ship around a little bit.
I'm going with Justin Fields this week because they're playing at home. They're playing Miami, and I think it's going to be a shootout. Actually, I think both quarterbacks score a lot of points. I think they both score 3 touchdowns, but I think the Bears take one home over the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Let's scroll down a little bit. There's none I like there.
Not feeling Hurts, not feeling Jalen Waddle, not feeling Dalvin.
Oh,
you can go with Tom Brady over your Ram. You're flailing
Rams.
Rams.
We have the Buccaneers number.
Yeah, but they just got divorced. He's going to be playing with some passion out there.
He has been playing with. There's been the exact opposite of passion for Tom Brady all year long.
Clearly, no beard either.
Scroll up a little bit. Down. just right in the middle. Just. Really want me to pick one out of one of those 4?
No, pick anybody. They just put 4 on there. You know, it doesn't mean you have to pick anyone.
Why don't you double down on your guy Burrow against the Carolina Panthers on a short week?
They need. Well, I mean, they have to win that game. That's like not. It's not going out on a limb. I'm taking the. The Atlanta Falcons over the Chargers, even though I think the
So
Chargers.
who's going to be the stud? You think Mariota's he's going to get it done?
You know, actually, the crazy thing, and we didn't even talk about it. Calvin Ridley got traded.
Yeah.
The Jags. Yeah.
That's
Crazy trade.
He
like-
can't play though.
Crazy.
He can't
trade.
play. But you want to talk about? I don't know what Jacksonville gave up for him. I just saw that the trade actually did happen. You want to talk about building receivers for Lawrence? I think that's a great play.
Yeah. They're like a year
Because
away.
I mean, let's face it. Ridley probably shouldn't be suspended for the whole year for what he
Absolutely
did.
not.
Not for a
Right?
FanDuel
the
lineup.
NFL brought to you by FanDuel and DraftKings.
Yeah. So
Also, you know,
I thought that was
sponsor our
out of all the trades that went down on the trade deadline, that was the one that
And
really
he's gonna have a
jumped
chip
out
on
at
his
me.
shoulder. I mean,
yeah,
that
I thought that was great. I mean,
Yep.
next year Lawrence has a legit number one who does have a chip on his shoulder and
Fully rested.
Didn't take the wear and tear of an NFL season.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. I
but-
will say I put Vikings on there, but I actually think that's a trap game. I think Commanders actually might win that. Taylor Heineke looked good last week. And also the news of Dan Snyder seeking to sell the Commanders. It's going to rejuvenate them.
I'm going
gonna give them a boost
Atlanta
they
Falcons, my boy Kyle Pitts, gonna do it again. He had a good.
Your other
he had-
boy Hawkinson got traded.
Hawkinson got traded.
Good for my fantasy team. Not that we're talking about fantasy.
He's now Kyle Rudolph in Minnesota. They had to
Yeah, I
replace
mean,
him.
I also let's jump right into fan. That's what everybody wants to
So
hear.
that's all they were waiting for this whole
Everybody
show.
wants to hear. I want to know more about your fantasy football team.
Feeling good about TJ Hawkinson going to the Vikings. It's good for my squad. I like it.
I'm so stoked. I have Claypool going to the Bears.
Good. That's the real news.
I also have Hawkinson, and I'm benching him. I'm benching him until I see what are the chances of him getting into that system and just making plays out of the gate.
That's true.
Here's the playbook, and he's just like gonna kill it.
I also
Oh.
just dropped my backup tight end, so he better be doing well.
Speaking of trades, so there's a card show this weekend, local here at the Westgate, not the casino, the Westgate, the Westgate Mall.
It's
in
Saratoga.
And they have Hufanga going to be there and Jeff Wilson. And I'm like, well, I don't think Jeff Wilson's going to be there. He's
Not
going to be
anymore.
at the game. I'm sure he's not like, I got to fulfill my commitments for the card show and not show up to the Miami Dolphin game. That's
What if
live.
they just got somebody? Because that's a fairly common name. Just
They got Sports Card Investor to show up.
there
Same
you go.
name.
Same name.
Jeff
With a G.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Could.
So what if you had Jeff Wilson show up instead of Jeff Wilson, the football player?
It would fulfill the it would fulfill it. So,
Perfect.
Jeff, if you're watching, listening,
Yeah, and that's the thing. That if people are lined up on their bye weeks for signings, that's kind of set it off there. But
So I'm assuming the Niners are playing at home.
the Niners don't have a bye,
the Niners
Have a bye.
so that's why Jeff Wilson
Oh,
is
maybe,
showing up.
but maybe he will. Maybe. Well, no, he doesn't because
No.
he doesn't have a bye.
No.
Right,
Dolphins
he
are
doesn't-
down on a bye.
Dolphins are playing. Dolphins are playing the Bears.
Yeah. So if you're going for Jeff Wilson Jr.,
Sorry.
my
Chicago, so he's probably
my
already.
bad, but-
I'm assuming he's already in Chicago.
Well, maybe they could just get another Niner running back that they had there. Local kid, might as well. He's a new guy.
Let's see.
Introduce himself to the fans. I don't know, just throwing it out there.
Could happen. But yeah,
might be
not that anybody.
might be a little bit
Might
more.
be a
Might be
little.
a little bit more
a
expensive.
little bit more.
Just a little
expensive.
bit.
Yeah, just a little bit more.